Right now at noon, Madison voters making their voices heard with the largest primary turnout for the city in 40 years. Plus, the latest on the campaign trail to the White House, how the candidates are laying out their economic visions. This is News 3 Now at noon. Thanks for joining us on a Wednesday afternoon. I'm Josh Breiter. Right now, Madisonians already making their voices heard in the 2024 election. According to the final election numbers from the Madison Clerk's office, voter turnout in the August 2024 primary was at 45%. This is the highest in a fall primary election in 40 years. In total, there were 83,428 votes cast in this election. Of those, more than 23,000 absentee ballots were cast, and that was only as of Sunday. The final number will be available at a later date. Meanwhile, an issue on everyone's ballots, 2 state amendments. They will not be added to the state's constitution. Voters across the state rejected both in the primary. The Republican-backed amendments would have curtailed the governor's authority to use federal funds given to the state to deal with crises. Governor Evers is calling this outcome a win. In Dane County, one of the biggest storylines is the race for county executive. State Senator Melissa Agard handedly won the primary with more than 57% of the vote. She spoke with News 3 Now this morning about what she believes makes her different than her opponents.
I have deep roots in this community. Relationships with local elected officials, mayors from across Dane County, relationships with folks in the state legislature, as well as our federal delegation, and frankly, with the amount of support that we saw coming through with the primary results, I believe the trust and support of people across Dane County.
We also spoke with Dana Pelabon about her experience during the campaign being outspoken in opposition to the Madison political machine. Our Chris Stanford asked her about that.
Just because you have a lot of money doesn't mean that that's the only thing that should propel you forward. There does need to be equity in spaces.
Pelabon will now face Agard in the November general election. The other candidates in the primary, Regina Vitiver and Wes Sparkman, brought in 15% and 10% of the votes, respectively. They will not move on. Well, chances for storm is returning to the forecast. First Storm meteorologist Kelly Slifka has a look at your certified most accurate weather. We've been calm for a while, but that's turning around.
Yeah, it looks like a couple of stormy days headed our way, and especially as we go into tomorrow. So enjoy the quiet weather that we have now, because already by tonight we could see some of these storms starting to roll on in. See the thicker clouds off to the west across Minnesota and Iowa. Those will gradually increase, especially areas to the west going in throughout the afternoon hours. But I think that rain chance will hold off until the evening along the Mississippi River, then mainly well after dark going into tonight across the rest of our area. So we are calling for some of those storms. Right now we have quiet conditions, a typical August afternoon, but we do have the first warning alert day for the potential for some strong to severe storms. And also we're going to see kind of a drippy day tomorrow, and this will be affecting all of southern Wisconsin, but that threat for some of those stronger storms will develop later in the afternoon going into the evening. Right now it is warm. It's toasty, 80 right now in Madison, also in Middleton. That's a fairly common number across Dane County. Temperatures may rise a couple more degrees as some of those clouds start to move on in. More on that storm potential going into tomorrow and see how long that'll last coming up.
All right, Kelly, thank you. We'll see you then. Right now, here's a live look at Milwaukee this afternoon. The New York Times is reporting the Harris-Walz campaign is planning to hold a rally at Pfizer Forum on Tuesday during the DNC in Chicago. This is based off of 4 anonymous sources who spoke with the Times. The Harris campaign is not confirming the event at this time. Right now, the Republican ticket is going after Democrats in an attempt to slow down their momentum. But some GOP sources tell CBS News they want the attacks to be more focused on what voters say they care most about. CBS's Natalie Brand is at the White House.
Vice President Kamala Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, is campaigning solo on a multi-state tour from west to east. While speaking to union workers in California Tuesday, he defended his military record against Republican attacks, including from rival J.D. Vance.
I'm proud to serve my country, and I always will be.
Vance, a Marine Corps veteran, has accused Walz of stolen valor for comments Walz made about carrying weapons in war, though Walz did not serve in combat. Vance also claimed Walz left the military to avoid deploying to Iraq. CBS News confirmed Walz retired after 24 years in the National Guard to run for Congress, months before his unit received orders to deploy.
I firmly believe you should never denigrate another person's service record.
Former President Donald Trump is also back on the campaign trail today in North Carolina to talk about the economy. Some aides tell CBS News Trump should focus on policy attacks, not personal ones. Former primary rival Nikki Haley echoed that concern, saying it's not a strategy to win.
The campaign is not going to win talking about crowd sizes. It's not going to win talking about what race Kamala Harris is. It's not going to win talking about whether she's dumb. It's not, you can't win on those things. The American people are smart. Treat them like they're smart.
Harris will also be in the battleground state of North Carolina talking about the economy in her first policy speech on Friday. On that issue, CBS polling from earlier this month shows Trump maintains a lead with voters who say they'll be financially better off with his policies. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
The Trump campaign announced he will hold a press conference at his Bedford, New Jersey golf club tomorrow afternoon. Harris and Walz, meanwhile, announced they will take part in a bus tour of Pennsylvania beginning Sunday ahead of the Democratic National Convention. Moving overseas, North Korea is set to reopen limited international tourism this winter after nearly 5 years. It was in 2020 when Pyongyang completely sealed its borders due to the COVID pandemic. Those restrictions have largely continued with the exception of small tour groups from Russia. U.S. passports are not valid for travel to or within North Korea. That is unless they are specifically validated by the U.S. Department of State. The department classifies North Korea as level 4 do not travel zone. On the Money Watch, the U.S. has reached an important milestone used for measuring inflation. The consumer price index slowed below 3% for the first time since March 2021. That's according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics' latest report released this morning. With inflation appearing to be under control, economists hope the Federal Reserve will reduce borrowing costs to try to get job growth booming again. Right now, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration is telling owners of older Fords and Mazdas not to drive them. That's because they have dangerous Takata airbag inflators. The NHTSA says the inflators can explode and shoot metal fragments out of them. Ford and Mazda are offering free towing, mobile repairs, and loaner vehicles. Well, still ahead for us this afternoon, why GM is recalling more than 21,000 electric SUVs, plus a big shakeup at the top of Starbucks.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon. Moving forward.
Upgrading your home this summer? Then you need the experts at Feldco. Let us bring your project to life and save you money. Right now at Feldco, get 30% off roofing and siding with no interest until 2026. With experienced craftsmen dedicated to every detail, combined with products made in the USA, you'll enjoy value and curb appeal. 30% off roofing and siding ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
TDS Fiber Internet makes our home smarter. Working, playing, living, learning. It's all better with TDS Fiber Internet because it's faster, more reliable. It's award-winning internet served up by friendly local folks. It's what keeps us connected. And isn't that what it's all about? Say hello to internet that hits different. Say hello to TDS.
Looking for the best value in contact lenses? At Stanton Optical, score an annual supply of AccuView Oasis plus a free contact lens eye exam for only $189. The numbers are in. At Stanton Optical, you save a whopping $280. You're not going to find a better deal with the other guys. Now that's what I call value. Book your eye exam today. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Hi, my name is David. I've been working hard and not giving up since I was a kid. And I bring that same spirit to Gruber Law Offices. We are fighters, scrappy but respectful, pushing hard for our clients. We know how to win, and we're not afraid to get back up after taking a hit, advocating for the underdog and pursuing justice. We are just warming up, and we're ready to continue serving Wisconsin with all we've got. One call, that's all.
MS-13 gang member here illegally. Robbed a pregnant woman, then released. Then executed a San Francisco family, another illegal. Arrested, released. Then killed this young boy with a sword. Illegal immigrant, convicted.
released, then violently fractured a woman's skull. Who released every one of them? Liberal DA Kamala Harris. The victim's blood is on her hands.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
There's nothing we haven't seen and nothing we can't fix. Just recently, a person backed into the garage door like our commercial. Oh, it definitely happens. Here at Precision, we get in, get out the same day, and we'll leave you with a quality repair.
Precision Door Service, a name you can trust.
GM is recalling more than 21,000 Cadillac Lyriq electric SUVs, affecting 2023 and 2024 models. Regulators say the anti-lock brake system could activate unexpectedly and increase the risk of a crash. GM says dealerships will offer a free fix. Meanwhile, Ford and Mazda have issued a do not drive notice to owners who have not yet had their recalled Takata airbags repaired. A part in the airbags could cause them to explode and injure or kill drivers and passengers. More information on the affected models can be found on the carmakers' websites. A big shakeup at the top at Starbucks. The coffee chain ousted CEO Lakshman Narasimhan and says it will replace him with Chipotle chief executive Brian Niccol. The move came after Starbucks reported its first drop in quarterly revenue since 2020 as consumers pull back from higher prices. And Google has unveiled its new lineup of Pixel smartphones, watches, and other gadgets. The product line features greater integration of artificial intelligence, including Google's chatbot Gemini. Pixel 9 smartphone models start at $799 and are available now for pre-order. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Here's your stock report at the noon hour. The Dow up 248 points, NASDAQ down 29 rather, and the S&P 500 up 24. This reminder, our call for action volunteers are in the building today taking your consumer complaints and taking action on your behalf. Volunteers are here every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can call for action at 608-270-2833 or submit a claim anytime at channel3000.com/call-for-action. Well, everyone loves cornhole, and why not? It can bring people together for a low-impact sport. And now two brothers are turning pro and making money from it. Marty Hutloff explains.
Caleb and Isaac Hurt are two of the best cornhole players in the country.
We kind of got started playing in like cookouts and in the backyard.
Caleb is 25, younger brother Isaac is 16.
My strategy is just put them all in the hole, and I think a big part of it is the mentality. It's 90% mental, in my opinion.
We can slide them in the hole, or we can play a dirty game like blocking and rolling and stuff like that. That's a lot more than just sliding them in the hole.
2 weeks ago at the National Cornhole Championships in Kentucky, Isaac won it all. The youngest ever to earn the title, King of Cornhole.
It's still pretty crazy. I still see Facebook posts and everything, and I'm like, man, I'm like, that's me. It means everything. And playing cornhole, that's like what you work for all year.
Is he better than you now?
I wouldn't say he's better. He might have been better that day.
When they're not competing against each other, the Madison County Hurt brothers team up. This year, they won the national doubles title for the third straight year.
We know that if we play our game, it ain't nobody in the world that's going to beat us.
The guys practice inside what they call the barn, next to their Madison County home. The walls filled with awards and trophies the brothers have won at dozens of tournaments. Cornhole has allowed the boys to travel and see the country. They've won thousands of dollars in prize money.
This past year, I think I won like 30 grand, so.
30 grand just this past year?
Yeah.
I never thought in a million years that I would have ever ventured out like we have, over like going to Las Vegas. We went on our first airplane ride as a family. We got to go to the Grand Canyon. They get to see the different parts of the world that they're not accustomed to here in Madison.
Going far, one toss at a time.
That was Marty Hutloff reporting. Well, up next for us at noon, Pam is watching today's egg prices, and Kelly is tracking the first warn forecast. Then later on Live at 4, they won first place at the USA World of Dance, and straight from the competition in L.A., we'll hear about the experience from Madison's Barrio Dance Factory.
Have you been holding off your furniture purchase? Wait no longer. Labor Day savings start now at Ashley. Save up to $400 instantly on furniture, like this sofa and love seat set, now $599. And special holiday financing for 60 months, only at Ashley.
It's Toyota's national sales event. Swipe into end of summer fun with an exciting new Toyota. Whether you're paddleboarding in a RAV4, mountain biking in a Tacoma, or tubing with your best friends in a Camry, you'll find plenty to post about all summer long.
Right now, during Toyota's national sales event, you can lease a new Tacoma for $349 a month, or get 2.99% APR for 60 months on a new Tundra.
Come in today. Ooh, like.
Toyota, let's go places.
In a Class 3 casino, you're playing against the house, so there's no guarantee a player has to win, ever. And in a Class 2 casino, the players play against each other, and not the house. So someone always wins.
So you're saying... He's saying if you want to win at something, you have to go to Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, a Class 2 casino where someone has to win. How about this then?
Ho Chunk Gaming Madison.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Beat the heat and save big money on over 40 in-stock ceiling fans under $100. Plus, an 11% rebate. This Hunter low-profile ceiling fan is available in 3 finishes and $79.99 after rebate. Come check out our big selection. Ceiling fans save on energy costs year-round while making your space comfortable. This quick install Tisbury 2 ceiling fan is available in 2 finishes and $84.99 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
I'm running to fight for an America where the economy works for working people, where you only have to work one job to pay the bills, and where hard work is rewarded, where reproductive rights are not just protected by the Constitution of the United States, but guaranteed in every state, because that's our America. And that's the America I believe in.
FFPAC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Get the best mattress deals we have ever offered during the Mattress Marathon at Ashley. Save up to $1,200 instantly on Beauty Rest Black, plus free delivery and special holiday financing for 5 years. Only at Ashley.
Thursday at 6, a juvenile detention facility in crisis, assaults, investigations, and now, tragedy. News 3 Now's Braden Ross uncovers the harrowing truth from inside the Lincoln Hills Youth Prison. 2 former guards share their experiences, the danger, and why they weren't surprised a guard was killed.
It was just a matter of time for it to happen.
What led to this breaking point? Braden Ross investigates. Lincoln Hills Juvenile Detention Center, a system in crisis. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Welcome back. This year's State Fair was a record breaker. Attendance beat the previous record set in 2019 by more than 6,000 people. Organizers say 1,136,805 people attended the event this year. And they add people bought more than 350,000 original cream puffs. That's a lot of cream puffs. Now they are already preparing for next year. Let's check in now with someone who was at this year's State Fair, Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report. And boy, we love a good record breaker, Pam.
Absolutely, Josh. You're exactly right. Yesterday, I was up at Wisconsin Farm Technology Days, and people were still talking about that, how all the spots at State Fair Park on that Saturday, the last Saturday, were absolutely full. People were walking 6-10 blocks from parking just to get to the State Fair entrance. So like you said, wonderful challenge to have, but State Fair Park's going to have to think about that. A lot of it was contributed by the great weather that we had during State Fair, but also just the fact that people like to get there and enjoy. In fact, the Wisconsin Department of Agriculture just released today something special from Wisconsin, that program that focuses in on people, businesses that are in Wisconsin, use Wisconsin goods, make it in Wisconsin. They had 33 of the 41 awards at the Wisconsin State Fair Grand Champion Eats and Treats that came from something special from Wisconsin partners. So that's a pretty cool deal. They had a whole list of them that came in with special offerings. Wisconsin's professional food businesses have yearly sales of about $1 million with that something special from Wisconsin red logo on their product, red and yellow logo on their product. And nice to see them featured at the Wisconsin State Fair. I alluded to the fact that I was up at Wisconsin Farm Technology Days yesterday. There's another spot where food was taking center stage. This year, instead of having local nonprofits working on food, they brought in food trucks from all across northwest Wisconsin, and that was doing the job yesterday. Very good first day of attendance. I imagine today is going to be strong. Tomorrow, it's going to depend on the weather. There is rain in the forecast. We're also hoping for beautiful weather this weekend for the 61st annual Badgers Team and Gas Engine Club show coming up in Baraboo. Barrel cheese today up a half, finished at $2.16 and 40-pound black cheese up 3/4 cent, $2.02 3/4. And there's that butter, Josh, right now unchanged at $3.12 a pound. But I understand that in the 608, you're going to focus your little eyes on the sweet corn festival. And I think, what is it, 80,000 bushel of sweet corn that they're buying from central Wisconsin?
Yeah.
That'll take a lot of butter. Maybe we'll see the market rally just because of that.
I think we will. That'll be a wild weekend in Sun Prairie, Saturday and Sunday only, and I'm always just amazed at how quickly they can get that fresh corn right from the fields down to Sunny P. It's going to be a great weekend.
I'm amazed at how many people are interested in sweet corn.
I had a chance to try it uncooked this morning for the first time. It actually was really tasty. I was a little nervous, but it was super sweet. I mean, when it's fresh from the field, how can it not be good?
There you go. That's the way we live around here. Good deal.
All right. All the good news today, Pam. Thank you.
See you.
Let's get a look at your certified most accurate forecast. First, our meteorologist Kelly Slifka is out on the weather patio, and you're keeping an eye on some storms.
Yeah, uncooked sweet corn. I've never even heard of that, Josh. The more you know. Anyway, a beautiful day today, a typical August summer-like afternoon, but enjoy today because the next 2 days, not looking great. We still have high pressure and control over weather. You see some of this unsettled weather to the west. Very unusual storm system, at least for this time of August. Maybe see it in April and May, but an upper level low is going to track right over the state and park itself and bring us rounds of some showers and storms. You can see some of that rain now in Iowa and parts of Minnesota. So this is the system that's going to move on in, and it's no hurry to get out of here. So I think it'll be affecting us not only tomorrow, but also it looks like now into Friday. We're going to watch this. You can see how this upper level low is just spinning here in Minnesota here, dragging some rounds of showers and storms. We can expect some already this evening, especially areas to the west of Madison. Then ongoing rains tomorrow morning. A little bit of a break in the late morning into the early afternoon hours, but by the late afternoon hours into the evening, another round of some storms. There's that upper level low just kind of spinning out of Minnesota into Wisconsin, and then it just stalls and brings us more rain right into Friday. So some of these storms that develop by tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, do have the potential of producing some large hail, damaging winds. We are expecting some heavy rains with some of these as well. This will be mainly Thursday afternoon and evening, but it's not done with the rain yet on Friday. It looks like more scattered showers expected by then. So dry today, but enjoy it because we are looking at that alert day tomorrow with the potential of some severe storms moving in. And it will be breezy behind the storm system. And it looks like more scattered showers and rather cool for this time of August. Today's the warm day. We're in the lower 80s this afternoon. Headed to the pool, headed to the lake. Looks like a great day to be doing that. By tonight, we'll drop down into the 70s. We are under a marginal risk of severe weather, at least from Madison areas to the north, but down to the south, a slight risk of severe weather on a scale of 1 to 5. That'd be a category 2. So looks like the severe weather threat pretty minimal, but we can't rule out some of these isolated storms moving on in. All right, this afternoon just going to be a warm, sunny day, but you can see some of that rain trying to spread into western areas of the state, into the Platteville area. Boscobel seeing some of this rain here already by the dinner hour. That'll be reaching the Madison area later this evening, say 8, 9 o'clock. It looks like it'll be lighter rain. It looks like nothing major. Then another round comes at us later on tonight after midnight through tomorrow morning. Going to be kind of a wet commute tomorrow morning. Then we get a break later in the morning into the afternoon hours. Temperatures only in the mid-70s. More scattered showers and storms just about any time tomorrow afternoon into the evening. Those will be the ones that do have the potential of producing some large hail and damaging winds. But we're not done with the rain even into Friday. You can see it's kind of a solid area of rain moving in. Many locations picking up pretty good rainfall totals as well, as this rain will be long duration. Right now we're at 80 in Madison, 81 in Janesville. We're calling for the alert day tomorrow because of the severe weather potential. More rain on Friday, even a lingering shower into Saturday before drier weather by Sunday.
All right, Kelly, thank you. When we come back at noon, Howard's working in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
When fresh corn on the cob is at its peak, we have a recipe that'll turn it into liquid gold. It's easy, so stick around and I'll show you.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
If you're about to replace your roof, stop. There's a solution about 80% less expensive. 9 out of 10 roofs can be saved by RoofMax. Guaranteed to extend the life of your current roof by 5 to 15 years at a fraction of the cost of a new roof. RoofMax's deep penetrating power restores flexibility and water protection. Nobody wants to replace their roof. Restore it instead with RoofMax for 80% less. Call now for a free roof inspection.
Are you suffering with neck pain, back pain, or sciatica due to disc-related conditions? You may have tried drugs, spinal injections, or physical therapy just to find out it didn't help. You're not alone. The problem is that some of those treatments focus on symptom relief, but may not address the underlying disc problem. As a result of injury or overuse, the discs may bulge, herniate, or degenerate over time. Our therapies are highly successful and reduce pain associated with those conditions and may help you avoid neck or back surgery. At Midwest Spine and Nerve Center, we'll design a treatment program using the latest in pain-relieving therapies, including non-surgical spine decompression, ProAdjuster 360 computerized technology, laser therapy, and more. Visit our website or call to schedule a complimentary consultation.
It's their classic rock that brings audiences to their feet. It's Blue Oyster Cult, performing live Saturday, August 31st at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Tickets on sale now through Ticketmaster. Over 5 decades of music, thrilling fans everywhere. It's Blue Oyster Cult, August 31st at Ho-Chunk Gaming, Wisconsin Dells. Your odds are better here.
The story of Scott the Window Guy starts with the crack of a bat and a broken window. Little did I know, Mom actually wanted her windows replaced. I'm Scott the Window Guy from AHT Wisconsin Windows. For the past 50 years, we've been replacing windows in Wisconsin with a 50-year warranty and a 10-year glass breakage guarantee to protect you
from kids like me.
Get a free, no-obligation estimate and $225 off per window at scottthewindowguy.com.
It won't be too long before our markets are bursting with fresh corn on the cob. And that means we'll be finding it at some of the best prices of the year. So here's an idea. Pick up a few extra ears so you can try the chilled soup that we just came up with. It's perfect for serving all summer long. The first thing we want to do is remove the husk and silk from 4 large ears of corn. Then we cut off the kernels with a chef's knife or a corn stripper, like I have here. This goes into a blender along with a drained can of cannellini beans, a cut up yellow pepper, a bit of sweet onion, a little sugar, salt and pepper, a splash of lime juice, and to give this its creaminess, some milk. The top goes on and we blend this until it's silky smooth, which takes no time at all. After this chills for a bit, pour it into bowls and maybe top each serving with a dollop of sour cream and cilantro before grabbing a spoon. A few crackers on the side and you'll be ready to enjoy. To get the recipe for our summer's best chilled corn soup, simply visit our website.